Damn, that was so rude, y'all. I had a very important phone call. Ooh, that was so rude. What's going on in the chat? Catfish versus Queen Vibe. Ooh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was on mute. I had a very, it was my landlord, this lady, the one I told y'all that hit my car. I had very important phone calls, so please forgive me. Did I miss something? Okay, good. Okay, I'm back. What's up, Platinum? Oh, what's up, Lisa? I thought I said thank y'all for being patient with me. I'm gonna go ahead and add her to the link and let her tell her story. She's a member over here and a family member, and we love her to death. Honey, not right now. The lady that I spoke to, I want to make it a surprise. Um, Come on the link and come tell us your story. Honey, link later after she tell her story, okay? I thought that was so rude. It was. I should have had a commercial on. Wow. Okay, you should also say she is the queen, or maybe I should use the word LOL of controlling the panel and letting everybody get their point across without screaming and yelling or over talking. Hey, Drea the real. I don't know what's going on. Let me see what did I miss anything, y'all? The best channel on YouTube. Hey Sheena, I just like to say by far I enjoy your channel the most. I agree with a lot of your commentary and the way you look at life. Your voice is very calm and positive, unlike many other channels. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I love y'all feedback because I need to know, you know. Um, I'm not in a competition with any other channels. I'm just gonna be me. That's it. That's all. That's all I could do is be me. So the link is in the chat, right? Come on up. I spoke to you earlier. The link is in the chat. I'm gonna only be me. I'm not gonna be yelling and fighting with people, going back and forth. I'm not gonna do any of that. The person with Queen Vibes name on there, can y'all type them out? Cause I don't want her name up in my chat. So whoever's trolling with her name, can y'all type them out? Yeah, I see the person up in there with Queen Vibes name. Time that out. I don't like the people, but I ain't finna be get in the middle of their fight. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Up in here trolling that girl. Go to your channel. Like this person right here. I don't know who that is, but they need to go on timeout. Okay? They could play with her on their channel. Come back in and go back out. Seriously. I'm telling y'all, I'm eliminating a bunch of shit that was going on over here. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You're not bugging. I was talking to hey ZG. I was talking to the damn landlord. Oh, there you go. Hi. Are you on mute? Unapologetic?
I'm ready. I was on mute. Hi.
I'm so sorry. I wanted to do like a commercial thing, but I've been waiting on my landlord to call back because I have one of them neighbors that I want to choke. You see what
Oh,
I'm saying? She hit my car like a month ago, and I end up having to get another car. It's just been a lot with this neighbor. Oh, welcome to be a member. Thank you for coming a member. I appreciate you. You're gonna like it over here. Um, so anyway, I had to get that phone call from my landlord. I'd rather go to the landlord than go back and forth even with a neighbor. It's just to stop the drama. I called the landlord on her ass because she's one of them women that thinks she can control stuff and belittle me because I'm a black woman, and it's just not gonna happen. I pay my rent like she pays her. No, I don't own this place. I'm renting. Okay. So
I hear
un-
you.
unapologetic. Y'all welcome unapologetic to the channel. Of course, she's nervous, right?
I am.
She's
Maybe
here.
that's what I am. I am. All
I
right.
want you to I want you to take your time. Guys, I am actually giving unapologetic the floor today. Um, she has got the courage to come out here and tell us her story. And I mean her story. So she ain't busting a rhyme tonight. She's telling her story. Girl, I've been watching your channel for a long time. I just stay in the bushes. I'm trying to get y'all to come out the bushes. That's why I don't want to be in nobody's fights and none of that. Just go on, y'all. Let me be. Y'all fight it on out over there. I watched. I ain't even gonna lie. Yesterday, I didn't watch YouTube at all. I detoxed and I fast all day yesterday. So they said they're giving you encouragement. With me detoxing and not watching YouTube all day, of course I got phone calls about what's going on, but I still ain't gonna let that bring my spirit man down. So unapologetic, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Well,
Start
hi
where you want
everybody.
to
Y'all
start.
already know me. I'm apologetically real. Um, I where I start? Start from the beginning. All right, so I'm gonna dox myself. Shit, I don't give a fuck. I was born in Memphis.
No,
Uh,
wait. What do you mean you don't?
I thought because I'm saying I put my business out. I don't care. Like I'll let people know who I am because I ain't got shit to hide from nobody. You got
Okay,
they got
cool.
to know.
Well then I'm not
So
even gonna interrupt.
I was born in Memphis. Um, and I was born in a two-parent home. However, I don't know who my real father is. The father who I thought was my father, I did not know he wasn't my father until I was about 16 years old. So I grew up in a two-parent home. My stepfather, who I call my dad. So when I say my dad, there's no one talking about my stepdad. So my dad was in the military, so we traveled everywhere. Went to Germany, Japan. We've been all over the United States. Um, but the last place he was stationed at was in Jersey, at the military base out here. So
Hold on
uh,
real quick. I'm apologetic. I'm not gonna interrupt you at all. Redbone, hit the link. It's in the chat. Mr. West, no, you're not still blocked, okay, honey? Just don't come in here trying to destroy my channel. You come on in here and chat with us, but you're not blocked, okay? I don't block people over here. I just want a peaceful environment, okay? I can see you. I changed my name. You don't have to time me out. I'm nothing but respectful. Okay. Just be respectable, y'all, and don't put nobody's name in the chat, please. That's all I'm asking. And why I ask that is because I run a cool channel. I do. Everybody's cool over here. We have fun. We let people come on here and tell their stories. I don't mind combining with other sectors, but if it feels like it's drama filled, or they're trying to make my channel toxic, or they're trying to bring negative shit over here, I have to eliminate it because I got too many good people over here. And when I say good people, I got people that God fearing people, people that don't cuss and fuss, people that read the Bible every day, people that work and wait for me to come on live. So I never came in on that. Okay. Long as you change your name, K Red, you're fine. Long as you ain't got another content creator's name on your name, you fine. So we're gonna push mute and let her finish her story. Go ahead, honey. I'm sorry to interrupt. Like, hey, no, you're not still muted. We see you. Hey, shit. Hey,
Red
Redbone.
Bone.
Hey y'all,
Hey, Red
Hey,
Bone.
I got your
okay.
back. I'm up here.
We up here. Go ahead.
You right? Okay, so I came to back to the United States to Jersey when I was about 9, and that at that I could actually say the age of 9 is was the turning point of my life. Um, like I got to the United States, I felt like I didn't fit in anywhere. Um, I went to school, got bullied. I came home from school, got bullied. Um, like everything I did, I got in trouble for. Everything everybody else did, I got in trouble for. Like I really felt like I was alone everywhere I went. Like I had nobody. So that's how I got in tune with like writing and drawing and singing and artwork and doing like writing poetry, writing rhymes. Like that's why I started doing all of that because I had nothing else to do. I had nowhere else to go. Um, at the age of 9, I also was violated, and when I was violated, the first
Okay,
time
let me give a trigger warning to the people. You guys, when there's certain words that she's going to use where you two won't come for the channel, so understand where she's coming from. Is this your first time really telling your story like this on a platform?
on a
Okay.
platform, yes, I
Okay.
I spoke. Actually,
You're
I
eating on
spoke.
something, and I
Yeah,
can't really.
I
You're
spoke
eating.
on. I spoke for Chris Christie, the governor of Jersey. I spoke for McGreevey, the other governor of Jersey. Um, I actually sat and told Obama my story. So,
Well,
being on
is this your
YouTube,
first time really
on
letting it out?
YouTube, yeah, like
Okay.
everything out, yeah, basically.
Well, go ahead.
Um, so when I was violated by my mom's. No, first I was violated by my sister's husband. Um, and when that happened, my sister told me later on in life that he told her it was consensual. That's the reason why she stayed. I was 9. Um, also, my mom had came into the room early in the morning while he was in my room, and instead of her asking questions or whatever, I got to eat it. So I just, didn't. I kind of like shut down or whatever, didn't say anything. Um, I became real angry with my mom. Like at that moment, that's when like my resentments came toward her. Like anything she said, no matter what she said, it could have been correct, it could have been right for me. It could be, like, but however, if she said it to me, I was doing the total opposite. I had no respect for her. I had no love for her. I could actually say
How
that
old was you when that happened?
I was 9. I
Hmm.
was 9. Um, I violated again, and I got a beating for it because they told me I should have been down the street anyway. So when the hairdresser started, uh, I definitely wasn't saying anything because in my mind, no matter what, I'm gonna get it eaten. So, um, but I just became real angry. Um,
I'm
I,
so sorry. Go ahead.
I did school. I loved school just for the work, but I was really bored in school. Like my teachers would call my mom and tell my mom to tell me to slow down because the kids didn't get there yet. So I felt like, and then I'll get in trouble for that because I'm going ahead of the class and I'm not listening. So I didn't know what else to do. I'm bored of taking class. So what I do? I start acting out, not interrupting everybody. And then it got to the point where that just went on and on. And then finally, I just stopped going. Um, so my behind stopped going. I got to back up. I got to back up. So, because I'm going into school. At this time, I had a son. I had my first son at 14 years old. So like the
Okay,
first time
so your first child was at 14. You
my
had your
first
first
time
child.
right. The first time I willingly had sex, I got pregnant.
It
So
was you wasn't hard or anything,
nope,
right?
nope, 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 nope. Now,
At
if you
14.
ask my mom and them, they see, and this is what got me upset with my mother and my father, my stepfather also, because I'm telling them that I was violated and you did nothing. I got in trouble. I tell you that this man and I really like each other, having a kid, and you're ready to shoot him.
So
It,
you got in trouble for telling the truth. What did they say? You was the one trying to be with them?
I was being fast. I was being fast. My sister said that she said I seen it, and I confronted him. And when she confronted him, she said he said it was consensual. That on the kid. He's in the military. He's a grown man. Anyhow, I never consented to anything. By the way, that does I never consented to anything. I got to the point where she was like, I got tired of just saying stop, because like I got in trouble all the time for it. So it's like
At 9 years old?
I got in trouble for it. Like it's like this is the thing. Now, mind you, don't get upset with my mom because right now we are at a good place. We're at a good place. I mean, like that's why a lot of times I don't want to tell my story because it puts my mom in a bad light. But at that time, she was in a bad light. But I've learned to forgive her, and I've learned to forgive her because I wasn't a great mom at one point, and I'll get to that. But yeah, I got in trouble for everything, no matter what it was. I'm the one that got in trouble for it. Even now, even now, I could go visit my mom. They know how I am. They know I pop off. Don't mess with me. But I don't pop off just for nothing. Like you actually have to do something to me for me to react to you, and it takes a lot. So when I do finally go ham, I'm the one that messed everything up, and I started it. Like it's I still get blamed for everything, you
Mm.
know. So like I have my son now. I'm 14. It's so funny. I'm 14. His sister was my best friend. She was
Mhm.
14. I'm thinking he's 17, turning 18. I gave him some nunu on his birthday. So in my mind, he's turning 18, right? Come to find out, he said he wasn't turning 18. However, he was turning 21.
Oh
So,
wow.
wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait, it gets better now, Sheeta. My
Okay.
son got engaged 2 years ago. Where he comes
Mhm.
down to my son's engagement party. Me and him, we sitting there, we talking, and we laughing about it. Then he tells me his age. I'm 55. I said, what? What? You what? That means you were actually 25, not 21.
Oh wow.
So
Thank
yeah,
you, Paulina.
so I found out, but it was a big difference though, and how it went down because like I could actually say I consented in that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so let's back up. So when you was with this older guy, you did consent.
I consented. Yes, I consented.
But even though you say he was 16
I was
and he
14.
got
I
and
was
but he
14.
was actually older
He
than
was actually
18.
25. Yeah,
Wow.
he was 25.
And that's son's
He's
dad.
my son's father. He's my son's father.
Mm,
Um,
mm, mm,
we still talk to this day. We still cool as heck. That's my dude. I call him baby daddy. He call me baby mama. Like we cool like that.
mhm.
He left like not long after my son was born, and he left and went down. He's in Atlanta, and he went to Atlanta. Like my son, I think my son was like not even a year yet, and he went to Atlanta. And he didn't go to Atlanta because he wanted to go to Atlanta. He went to Atlanta because my dad showed up at his doorstep with a gun. I told him if he comes near me again, he's gonna kill him. So
Mhm.
his mom put him on a bus and shipped his behind to Atlanta with his aunt. And then later on, he ended up going to prison for um, something really bad. I can't say it. He ended up taking somebody's life, so he ended up going to prison. And so I resent my dad and my mom a lot. Well, mostly my mom, because my mom used to tell my dad to do stuff, and my dad just does whatever my mom says. So,
Thank you, Frankie.
so I was really, really, really resentful for a long time. I went to school. I still was going to school. However, I was running away a lot. I hated being home. So I would run away every chance I got. And I was that one that said, when I turned 18, I was leaving that house and I was not coming back. And that's what I did. When I turned 18, a month later, I left. I had nowhere to go. I had no clothes on my back. I had nothing. I just left. And I never, well, I ain't gonna say I never came back, but it was a long time before I did come back. Um, However, at the age of 18, I ended up getting addicted to crack cocaine. So I didn't want to go back anyway because we ain't
Can
had none
you
of that.
say hard instead of the C word? Can you say
Yeah,
hard?
the hard. Yes, I got
Mhm.
addicted to hard. So I went straight to the the the, the big dogs. And I stayed out there like back and forth, homelessness, um, more violations, incarceration, uh, everything. I've done
So let
everything.
me ask you a question real quick. Um, did you finish school or you just dropped out and started doing the most?
I, I I dropped out of school in the 12th grade with an art scholarship. 3 months left in school. I just stopped going.
And who had your baby at the time?
My mom,
What was
my
he
mom,
like for?
because I was 14, and at that time you couldn't just get us any kind of help. Like I was 14, I didn't work. I was a full time student. My dad was in the military. My stepdad was in the military. My mom was married to him. So when they tried to go take me to go get assistance. They said I was too young to get assistance. You have to be 16 to get assistance. Now, when my son was born, he was 3 pounds 3 ounces. So he was in the hospital for a good part of his life. The hospital bill was over $100,000. I don't work. So they didn't know exactly who was gonna how was these bills gonna get paid, like how is the child gonna get taken care of. So my dad and my mom took temporary custody of him. That was like supposed to be on paper, temporary custody. So
Mhm.
I still took care of my son. Like they did financially take care of him, but when it came down to like being a mother, like that was me. So when I did leave, I tried to take my son with me. And they called police and they did the most. I couldn't take him with me.
So your mom kept your baby
She
because
kept
you was okay because you was young.
she kept so and then she
You
kept
gotta
like
stop chewing on whatever you chewing on.
um gum because I'm nervous.
No, baby, you can't do that.
All right.
I ain't being bossy, but I know you
I'm
nervous.
sorry.
Just breathe in and out, and I can see you jumping from here to here, so I'm
How do
gonna
you
help
know
you.
for real? I'm
Yes, I
sitting here,
can.
my legs shaking.
It's okay. Thank you for sharing. Live life. Hi, honey. Hi, live life. So listen, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Breathe in and out your nose. Calm down. Take that gum out your mouth. If you
All right,
need to get a
I got it.
stretch ball or something to put in your hand while you talking,
I
put
got
that
it.
in your hand. Okay.
All right, I
And
got
so let me sort of guide this a little bit because you are everywhere. So after you, okay, for example, you're saying that your son, your mom and them took your baby at 14. You got into the street life about 18, did not graduate, and you're doing good so far. And the baby, your mom and them had the baby, but you graduated with a baby. With no, you didn't go to school. You
I
dropped
quit
out and ended up on hard.
hard.
And what?
Yeah, I dropped out because my mom told me I was going to the military, and I didn't want to go to the military. I wanted to do art. Now, if I would have sat down and actually listened, I would have known I could do art in the military. But because she told me to go to the military, like I already said, I'm not doing nothing she told me to do. So I just said I wasn't going altogether.
So you was a bit rebellious against her.
Oh,
Can
was
you elaborate why you didn't like your mom? Because
yeah,
she didn't listen to you?
first off, I always thought my mom don't like me. That's how I always felt. Like she didn't like me. Like no matter what I did, no matter what I say, no matter what happens, like it's always something beneath, like something bad in it. It could be the best thing ever, but it's always something bad in it. So I just felt like I didn't think she liked me, so I didn't like her. And then I felt like at one point she was my queen, my everything. But once she felt to be my protection, my queen, once that was taken away, I had no love for you, if
Okay.
that makes sense. So when the violations happened and I went and expected her to be the mom, and she wasn't, then you're not.
Hmm.
So
Wow. And you know what? I'm reading the chat too, and they're explaining there's a lot of women that went through stuff like that where their mothers did not like them or mistreated them. And that's why I said I got a lot of fragile people over here. Nobody wants to be dealing with arguing all the time or fighting all the time. Honey said, calm down. It's a safe place. Hey, Copper. I didn't even know Marcus was live. We're doing our own stuff over here. Um, I'm trying to, be who I am, talk about generational patterns. And this is one of my moderators telling her story. It's taking her courage to come on this link and tell her story. And I am proud of you, unapologetic,
thank
because
you.
I'm nervous too. Going on Atlanta Street interviews to tell my story, I'm going to be nervous too. So this is giving me a chance to when I'm guiding other people, like with Honey, like I did now with you, it's giving me courage too to tell my story. So,
Right.
okay, so basically the relationship was shot. You felt like your mama didn't like
Well, I
you. She
wasn't there for
chose.
it. Right. Right. Now, I was, although my dad wasn't my dad, I was daddy's little girl. So no matter what I did, I was always right. So they stayed into it about that. And I guess she got mad at. She was just it was just a bad it was a bad bitter relationship growing up with her. Like and I constantly used. Um, I ended up in my addiction. I had a daughter who I ended up giving up for adoption, not knowingly, but I was so zooted when I gave birth that when my son's father and his mother came and they were telling me to sign this and sign that, I literally signed my rights away.
Oh,
So that was that thing. So I kept using, like, now I have no responsibilities. I have no responsibility. I have nothing to worry about. Now I can, in my head, I could fully just do what I want to do. I'm not tied down to anything or anybody. So I learned how to. First, it was prostitute. I learned how to prostitute. Then, when I realized that I didn't have to do that because I could go into a store and get paid a hell of a lot more money than laying out with somebody for an hour, and it takes me 5 minutes in the store and come out with twice as much. I was like, I ain't doing that no more. So,
how old was you when you start, selling your body?
18
Uh-huh. And it'd be old anybody, men, older, young. I
men,
want people.
women, I don't care who you have money.
If you had the money, tell
You
them
have
how
the
it is,
money.
because a lot of people they got their nose up. They don't understand. A
Well,
lot of women.
I ain't discriminate. You have money. If you had the cash to get the ass, you got it. You got it. That's where my addiction took me. Now I did have some limits to it because I wasn't eating no eggplant.
I understand.
So so therefore, I still my motto. But other than that, you had the cash then, yeah, because I needed to get what I needed to get what I like. I needed to get what I needed. So therefore, we helped each other. But then, like I said, I realized that I could go in the store. In 20 minutes in the store, I could come out with $1,000 worth of merchandise and be done. So that's what I started doing. Like
That
that,
was your hustle.
that was my hustle. I had a name out on the street. Like anybody wanted something, they knew to call me. Like I had people calling every day. I had a list of people. Like it was basically, I called it my own little business. You know what I mean? Because like that's what I did, and I did that for years. However,
Hold on. You said you hear background music, Donna. You might have to check your phone.
I was
Do
about
you
to say,
got
I
do
know
you
music.
got
Yeah.
something else going on?
No, ma'am. I'm at the room. They're probably working out front, but I'm in my room.
Okay, no other noise.
I got my
Cause my
TV on music, everything.
Redbone, is yours on mute? Yeah,
I'm muted.
Redbone's on mute.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on mute.
Okay. It
Yeah,
might
and
be
Mm-hmm.
Donna's phone. But go ahead because because a lot of people don't understand, you have to survive when you out there selling your body and
sure.
thank God I never
So the
experienced
thing,
that. But when you have to survive, you do what you got to do to survive.
absolutely.
And that's why I said I can't knock Westy's hustle because that's her hustle. That's how she's surviving. Other people might think well the begging part I don't know. But what she when she came out here and said she was hoeing and doing her thing, I couldn't knock that because I know what's up, Dirty. I knew that was her hustle. You know what I'm saying? This is the second channel. Okay. Good. I'm glad you came in for I could mod the second channel up, Dirty. I was waiting on you to
So
come in.
there was like it was like how I said excuse me. It was just like I did at that point. That's why I don't ask people for something because like I was the type of person where like if I went in a store for you, I was coming out in the store for me. Like although I did what I did, you would have never known that I did. I did not look like I did what I did. Like I made sure that I was dressed. I mean, like I was coming out with that stuff. Like I took care of my kids. My kids had like when I was going in, I was going in. When I say I was coming out with thousands of dollars worth of stuff, I was coming out.
So
Um,
you wasn't broke.
at the end of the night, I was.
I'm saying, but you wasn't like a broke. Well, because you was doing. So basically, your money was going to the drugs.
It was. It was. It was. Yeah, it was. It was.
Mhm.
And that went on for years. I ended up within the years. I ended up with 53 misdemeanors and 8 felonies. Um, so this started getting tiring because like now this started when I was 18. So now I'm turning about 34, 35, getting kind of tired. It's not the same no more. The game like back in the day, it used to be fun. You know what I mean? Like it just started to come, like I said, it became a job. Like when I woke up in the morning, that's what it was. Like I had to do that. Like when I went to sleep, like I had to do that. I had it became to the point where I would get stuff for D but end up selling it. You know what I mean? Stop showing up for my kids. Like I ended and in this to this too, I ended up having 2 kids and one addiction. So now I got another son and I got another daughter. So but toward the end, it was just like I wanted to stop, but I could not stop. I didn't know how to stop. And I would call a friend and I would tell her like, I don't want to do this. And she would come pick me up and I would spend the day at her house all day. And then when she dropped me off, it was like they knew when I was coming because it's like once you give me that one, I'm done. I'm off. I'm going to any store you want. I'm doing what I got to do. So like I remember one night, I'll never forget the date. It was August the 12th. Never forget, 2013. I sat in the room and I prayed. I prayed. And I said, please, God, you got to take this from me or I'm going to kill myself. And the next day, I went to the store and I ended up getting locked up. And the judge was not letting me go. So he ended up giving me drug court. I don't know if y'all
Mhm.
know what that is, drug court. So I had 5 years drug
Explain
court.
explain what drug court is, because some people might not know what drug court is.
Drug court is basically the last resort. You know, they put you in a program, you go to your program, you go to your IOP, it's like hardcore uh parole. You got to go to court every week. You stand in front of a judge every week. You give your progress, like how you're doing, what you're doing in your life, how you're moving forward in your life. You either got to work or you got to go to school. They'll tell you have to work. You got to make sure you got to pay your fines on. You cannot get high. You cannot drink. They give you randoms. You have a probation officer. It's basically that's basically what it is. Is you just go to court every day, well, not every
How
day, every
often
week.
did you have to take UAs when you was going to drug court?
Okay, so they could randomly test you. They could show
Wow.
up anywhere. They could call you and be like, "Where are you at right now?" Well, they're not
Hmm.
supposed to, but they'll call you like, "Where are you at right now?" And you tell them. They go like, "Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Don't move." So you don't move. They'll come show
Mhm.
up, they'll give you a cup, or they'll swab you, and then they'll pull off. But they could do that anytime. I know every weekend you have to call on a Friday, and you had a certain number. So they'll on that Friday after 7 o'clock, they'll give you a whole list of numbers, and you have to listen to the whole message to see if your number was called. If your number was called, the next day you have to be at the courthouse at 7 o'clock to give them a hearing. Um,
Like parole, almost like
well,
Platinum
yeah.
just said.
So every week when you went to court, just know you have to give a hearing. Now it went by phases. You have phase one, phase two, phase three, and phase four. Phase one, you
Mhm.
go every week. Phase two, you go every 2 weeks. Phase three, you go every, I think every once a month. And
Mhm.
phase four, you go every 3 months. Phase four, you're basically done. You're out. You're just waiting to graduate. You completed everything, and you're just waiting for your time to run out. So you don't go as often. You didn't already meet your mark. They already know that you're not messing up. You good. They don't gotta monitor you that much. Phase three is about the same thing. Phase two and phase one, they really are hard on you on it.
So
But
basically, they put you in that program before you end up going to prison.
that's the
It's
last
like
resort. So if you
before
mess up at
prison.
any time, if you mess up, say you got a 364, your first bid is a 364. That's not even a year. What you're gonna do 9 months in the county, but you say I don't want to do 9 months in the county. I want drug court. They say a drug court is 5 years. So I'm gonna nix my 364, which is only 9 months, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna take your drug court for 5 years. And if I mess up on that drug court, then I'm not the 364 is gone. I'm going to prison for 5 years.
Mm, okay.
So that's how that went. But like at this time, like I was just tired. I was done. I didn't want to get high no more. Now
Mhm.
I ended up going to rehab, but I didn't want to get high, but I didn't want to change my attitude because I had a very nasty attitude.
Okay. Talk
Um,
about like you
I had
thought
a.
everybody owed you something.
It wasn't that everybody owed me something. It was that nobody owes me nothing, and I owe you nothing either. Therefore, I just had this. It was just built up anger. Like it was built up. It was not even. It was basically a defense mechanism. Like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna let you get me. I'm gonna get you. You're not gonna. Like we're not gonna. I'm not gonna let you sit and talk. We gonna fight. Like, and I went to anybody. Like I fought my mom. I fought sisters, cousins, people on the street. I fought people I don't even know for people I didn't do. Like I didn't care. Like I just. It was just something about fighting that made me feel good.
Mhm.
And that's what I did. I either cussed you out or I fought you. And that was my defense mechanism. Or especially, and one thing I didn't do is like I didn't tolerate anybody messing with anybody that was close to me. And mostly that's where my fights stemmed from. Like anybody close to me, you just can't do that. So yeah, so like my attitude stunk. Um
It's like you felt like you hated everybody.
Basically I just didn't. Okay, so mind you, I told you I was rebellious. And
Mhm.
that rebelliousness that went to for it started with my mom, but then it went to everybody. I didn't want to hear what nobody had to say because nobody knew me and nobody knew what I was going through. And I've taken care of myself since I was 18. Now I'm 30 something years old. Now everybody want to try to come tell me what to do. And I've been doing great on my own all this time. So therefore I don't really need you guys' help. That's how I felt. However, when I went to this program, they kind of taught me a little different. And I realized then that I need more help than I actually thought I did.
Mhm.
You know, I
So
remember,
you almost had like a self evaluation. Lindsay's what's today's date? I think she's doing a double. Her kid, hold on, real quick. Lindsay's kids is hey boom boom, congratulations on your grandbaby. I miss you, sis. I know you're excited. Lindsay is working night shifts now. so she don't be like she does different type of shifts, and plus her kids is out for the summer. So she's here. She always catch the replay, but she's here. I let her know y'all miss her. She ain't going nowhere. But basically, you got into the program on the we got a
Like I
okay,
got
we
into the
are
program,
forever gonna be
and
friends.
the last thing when I'm leaving the jail, and they're about to take me to the program, the um the officer looked at me, and I never forget the words she said out her mouth. And she was like, "I'll see you when you get back." And I was like, "What you mean you see me when you get? I ain't never coming back here. Yo, I ain't coming back to this place again, ever." So I went to the program. Um, and in my head, I wasn't coming back to jail. I really wasn't. Um, but like when I got there, that place was like a boot camp. Like you had to
Mhm.
like scrub the walls with toothbrushes, and they had you like yo, they had you in the corner in the heat. They had you hugging a tree, uh, wiping sun, sweeping the sun off the sidewalk. Um, there was a bunch of, oh my god, I felt like it was like a military camp, and I didn't like it. Um, and I almost got put out. And the day I almost got put out was the day that I had found out my godmom had passed away. And
Mhm.
um, when my godmom had, now mind you, I was in the program probably about a month and a half now.
So you
Uh,
was sober that whole time you was in. People in the chat is saying they know where you coming from. So you was sober in the program that month and a half.
I was in, oh yes, I was in the first part of the program. So I had
Mhm.
really been there. I just left the jail. I had went to the program is 6 months. So they have the inpatient, they have the halfway house, and then they have the outpatient transitional house. And so I was still a month and a half in the first part of the program, and I found out that my godmom had passed away. And when I found how I found out is what set me off because I was sitting there. We get a phone call every Friday. So I'm calling my godmom because, like I said, my godmom was one of the reasons why I ended up that wanting to really really stop. My godmom really
Mhm.
really meant something. And that's platinum's one. So that's my godmom really meant something to me. She was my whole heart. So
So wait, where was your children by then? You was 30 something. So you had three kids by
I
then,
mean,
basically.
they were grown. No one was. My youngest son wasn't grown yet. My youngest son was 11.
Mhm.
At this time, my sister took custody of him,
Okay. So
and I
the
think my
youngest
sister
one
took
wasn't
custody
with
of
your
him because
mom.
she felt bad of what happened to me and how she handled that. So that was, I guess, her way of paying me, apologizing or paying me back. Um, but yeah, they're with my mom, so I'm impatient. They come to see me. My sister will bring my kids to come see me. Um, and when visits, they have visits every other week. So every other week, my kids was coming up there to spend the day with me. So I'll drop them off, and they're with my two boys. I didn't know my daughter yet, so my two boys there. She'll drop them off. You get to spend the day with me. She'll come back and pick them up. So the day I found out my godmom died, I found out because I called home to talk to her. They wouldn't let me talk to her, and then I told no. So I said I wouldn't get off the phone until I talked to her. Then that's when they had to tell me that my godmom passed away. But when they told me she passed away, she said she tried to call me, but my counselor told her, "Do not tell me because she don't think I'm ready to hear that yet." So I snapped off, and I was about to beat the crap out of the counselor. So I decided not to. I went and tore up everything in my room. I come downstairs the next day, and my probation officer's there. She's trying to take me to jail. And that's when I had my epiphany. That's when I had my awakening. That's when everything in my whole head clicked. When they put them handcuffs on me, again, it was about to take my behind back to jail. I broke down and I was like, I don't care what it is. Y'all can tell me to walk on hot coal with two toes. I'm doing it. Because I definitely don't want to go back to jail. And it's something I'm missing. It had to be. another lady came in because the counselor said she didn't want to be my case manager no more because of my attitude. The other counselor came in and was like, we're not doing that. We're not throwing her away. So it was just that one person that seen something in me that I really did not see because
Mm.
I didn't. I really thought I was broken goods. Like I didn't see this point at this point. But this lady like stood up and was like, "We're not throwing her away. You don't throw nobody away. Y'all didn't throw me
You're
away. Ain't
like
nobody throw y'all away." So like
like a
she
guardian, your guardian angel. Like,
to this day, to this
yeah,
day,
really.
to this day.
Because God is send certain people to step in your life right then. And just guide you in the right way. It's crazy how it works, but it does work that way. That lady was your guardian angel, like we gonna
She
hold
really
on to
was,
her.
and she taught me humility. And like every time I got ready to say something, she could look at my face and say, "I know what." Like before I even say it, she'll look at me and be like, "Yo, hold your motherfucking gun." And I'd be like, but she was like, Don't you dare say it." And I'd be like, she was like, "That's right, chew on it, swallow it, hold your gut." And then she was like, she sat down and she was like, "Listen, every action don't need a reaction. Everything that comes to your brain ain't got to come out your mouth. Sometimes you got to take that process. And then if you still want to say what you got to say, you done process. Now you know how to say it. Like you don't speak in anger. Like she taught me all of that. You know, so
She was a blessing. Yes, she
so
was,
like
baby.
I learned how to utilize them tools. I learned how to even though sometimes I want to pop off and I might pop off for a second because that's just that instant instant thing. But later on, I'm able to go back and look at stuff and be like, yo, that's not who you are now. That's not who you're going to be. Like you work so hard to become this person. Like don't let this take you there. You know what I mean? So
So you
sometimes
saying like the simplest little stuff would just trigger you.
the simplest little things could trigger me. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
not locking my front door could trigger me because I
Mm-hmm.
told you already to lock it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or anything could trigger me. Like anything, anything. But it's not like me being triggered. It's like me how I handle it. Sometimes I just gotta lock myself away and just not deal with things for a minute. Like just shut myself down or just shut everything out because
And I hate to break in, but with me, when I was going through what I was going through, my anger was so bad that I didn't like myself. So any little thing would trigger me, and I would make sure like I didn't want to be around people because any little thing they say to me, I was ready to bite their head off. Like so when you say you look back in the past and you can see a difference, I can too. Because there's so many times people will trigger you to bring out that, like you said, I'm not going back. I'm not finna get angry. But people will trigger you to go to that point where you don't want to be there. You know what I'm
you
saying?
don't.
And I understand where you coming from. It took me a lot to get to this level and say, hey, you know what? It's me. So oh my God, I feel you when you say that. I didn't like myself. I looked at
I
people.
didn't.
I mean, I wanted to bite people's heads off for no
Exactly.
reason. They could just look
Exactly.
at me the wrong way, or they could
Don't
just,
even look at me like you're going to say something. Like
yeah, don't
you don't even
step
got to
to
say
me.
nothing. It's the look. I'm ready to
Yeah,
go because you look. You might not even be thinking about me or want to say anything to me or go.
are you too
It
close
might not
to
even
me?
be about me at all. But I'm gonna
Mhm,
make it about me. It's gonna be about me, and I'm going in,
mhm, mhm. I
and that's
was
how I
there.
went. It really did. But see, then I realized I started doing like there was one lady there who made me get up every freaking morning. I had to look in this mirror, and I had to say stuff about myself that I like. And at this time, I didn't like nothing about myself. I really didn't. I didn't like nothing. I was fat. I thought I was fat. I was ugly, and I was this and that. I'm like, I really did not like nothing about myself. And I would wake up in the morning and I'd get dressed and she'd be like, say something to her, look in the mirror, what do you like? And I'd be like, oh, my shirt cute. Like, oh, my hair, I did my hair nice. And she'd be like, no, 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 honey. We said, what do you like about you? What makes you you? Like if you was to meet somebody and they was to say, "Oh, you're very nice," what about you that makes you so nice? What do you like
So
about
let
you?
me ask the chat a question because we got what about 80 people in here. Let me ask y'all a question. What do you like about you? Everybody that wants to get involved, let me know what you like about you, and I'm going to
I
highlight
can
it.
say I like everything about me. Now,
But let's see what they say real quick. Hold on to your story. I want to hear what I want to get them involved. What do you like about you? I felt that way too, Miss Sheena. In my case, it was people that triggered me that I knew that I was mad at. And we all probably been there in different ways. Amen. You love your mindset. That's
hmm
what's up.
that's a good one.
Boom, boom, room. My sissy, she loves her personality. I love your personality. It's so bubbly and
I do
fun.
too. I do to her channel. I like her.
Yeah, make sure y'all go check out Boom Boom's channel. JoJo said, wow, you're a beautiful big sis. What do you guys love about yourself? Dirty said, I love how strong willed I am. I love that about you, Dirty. Y'all go make sure y'all check out Dirty's second channel. She got two channels. I think this is her backup channel. What else? My eyes, my lips, my skin. Okay. JoJo said, my eyes and my skin, how it changed in the summer. Beautiful. I love my growth. I like that I am perfectly imperfect and a work in progress. Amen. I love my empath. What is empath for others?
Empathy. She loves
Empathy
her
for others.
empathy for others.
I love my empathy for others.
How he puts himself in other people's shoes. How he can feel what other people feel instead of feeling sympathetic, he could empathize. It might not be the same situations, but the feeling that person is feeling in that situation is what empathy is.
Let me see. Rock said, I am funny, a free thinker, and a good mother. You know what I love about me? That I am a work in progress and I'm a loving person. I like that about
And
me.
you're a free thinker.
And well, I love that too, but just the loving person. Because years ago, I wasn't that loving person. I didn't like
Hmm
nobody. So that I'm a loving person. It takes a lot for somebody to really trigger me, but it also took a long time for me to get here. So hold on, we got some more people. And I am an excellent friend and loyalty. Loyalty is key. Hey, loyalty stands. Exactly. I remember my mom used to tell me, you used to be so sweet, but she never asked there's something happened to me. She never asked you if something happened to you. I'm sorry. I love my soul and my strength. That's beautiful. I had to learn to love myself. You too. I'm still learning, Donna. I stayed suspended from school and fighting, and I never started the fight, but I had a lot of aggression and anger build up. I was already fighting.
In the
Amen.
house. That's how I was, honey. That's how I
So,
was.
honey, what do you love about you right now? That's what I want to know. That's important. Some people got to sit there and think. What do they love about themselves? That's something you should think about every day. Or how
And you
can
know
I
what?
change
And
myself?
that's what my counselor said. Like she was like, when you really get to love yourself, that's something you don't even have to think about. If somebody asks, like, because I would fight myself trying to figure out what I liked about myself, because I couldn't find anything. I would say my breasts and my butt and my spot. Like I would say all of these physical things, but like that doesn't make me.
No, not what you like about how you look or how you dress.
Exactly. It's
What
how
do
what you like
you
about you
what
as
do
a
you
person.
like about you?
'Cause
What do you love about yourself?
I'm gonna end up touching on that in a minute. We're gonna get to that in
Okay.
a minute.
So I
It's
think we got everybody's response. Somebody Rock says still learning. Donna says still learning. Loyalty is everything. I stand on my loyalty. I'm a Virgo. I stand strong by loyalty. But it took me a while to get there and start
Right.
trusting other people. I didn't trust other people.
See, and
So
this
it
is the
took
thing. I'm too loyal.
hmm
And everybody say that they be like, "Girl, you just too what?" Because, like I said, I had this wall built up. Like sometimes you got to let the wall down, and I realized like if you play me out, you're not playing me out per se. You're playing yourself out. Because, like I said, I've learned to realize that I'm a beautiful person, and to cross me, baby, that's the worst thing to do in your life because I can't mess with
it
you no more.
it really is. Once you cross
You're
me,
not hurting me.
and you're not gonna get too close to the queen on this board and hurt me. I can't let you get to me and hurt me. You feel me? You could stab me with how many ever times, and I can't let you keep stabbing me. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's in real life too. That's just in general, relationships, family, in general. I can't let you get close to me because I'm an empath. I feel shit. I got a
Right?
good heart. So
People don't
letting people
understand that.
when you let people close to you, I feel your pain. Like it's really
I
spiritual.
feel you. I feel you. I do feel you.
So to hurt me, you're only hurting yourself in the
Yourself.
long run because I came with nothing but love and kindness to you. So, I never
With
even
the
really
best
have to fight them
intentions.
fights. No, God always fight that fight. I never have to. So
Yeah.
go ahead and finish where you was at. Once you got with the counselor
So
and
I so the lady she ended up putting me on her caseload and like I said, that's when I had my spiritual awakening. Like I literally flipped. I turned everything around and I ended up being a valedictorian at the program when we graduated. I did the big speech in front of everybody. Um and I graduated. And I kept saying to myself the whole time when I was there, when I get out of here, I ain't never ever coming back. Forget this place. I hated it. I didn't want to come back. But I found myself when I graduated, I'm in a whole nother city, far away from my family. But I did not want to go back home to where my family was. Like I really wanted to stay where I was at. Um, so I found the next day when I graduated, I found myself sitting right back in the rehab the next day. Not that I relapsed, not that I just didn't know what else to do with myself. So every day I would walk down the hill from my house and sit at that program all day long. And when the staff went home, I'll get a ride and I'll go back home because I didn't know what to do. Like I didn't know how. Like I used since I was 18. I'm 30 something years old. So like all these years, I really did not know how to live a clean sober life. I didn't know what to do with myself.
oh man,
So
say that again. I hate to, but I feel your testimony because once I left everything, I didn't know how to deal with myself. I didn't know. Like, what am I doing now? This is new. This is different for me. And then I just start saying, fuck it, I'm finna live my life. My kids is grown and everything. Because I was so used to, hey, children, I was just so used to the parenting and the sports and coming home from work and making dinner and shit. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Parenting. It was never me. And when I finally got to me, I didn't even know how to act.
right.
And now it's like you can't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? But it
I
took
know that's
time
right.
to get here. It truly took time. So, and I get emotional still. I'm human. I still get triggered. I still get hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still human. But I actually learn from it too. I actually learn. So, and I'm teaching my younger people about it, like how to move forward, how to do better, how to love on yourself. Cause ain't
And
nobody gonna love.
that's the most important thing, Sheena. You can't say
Yeah.
you actually love somebody if you can't love you. You is first. How you gonna love somebody you don't even know how to love you? You know what I mean? Like, and I had to learn that. I had to learn that. So like, when I say I have love for somebody or I love somebody, like I truly do. Like, cause I realize like that's just who I am. Like, and you could do me dirty. Like I said, you could do that's on you. That's all on you. I'm not going to change who I am because of who you are, because I can't change who you are. I have to treat you differently. You know what I mean? I have to treat you accordingly. But I've learned to love me enough to know that I can't let anybody interrupt my inner peace.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. Like, If I love me, what will I allow? What will I do? What you know what I mean? Like I can't, and that's how a lot of things I get with a lot of things, or I get past a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like forgiving. I had to forgive. I couldn't forgive nobody at one point. But
And see,
the
now
most
I can
what I could
forgive.
no, I forgave everybody. Excuse me. The worst the worst person the hardest a person to forgive was myself. I beat
Mm.
myself up so much, and I did things that I would normally do for other people because I felt so guilty in life. Like with my kids, like for the longest time when I first got clean, like for the longest time, I would do so much things, so many things that I knew I couldn't. Like I shouldn't have been doing it. I could, like just for my kid because I felt so guilty for not being there for him as a mom.
So listen, let me ask you a question. Did you ever get the feedback stories from the children that had you more in guilt off of the shit you put them through?
My youngest son was like that. What? Now my oldest son, that's my bestie. My oldest son has all see because with my oldest son, although my mom was like, because I tried to go see him, and my mom was like, no, 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 you can't come in here, you can't see him. So my oldest son, me and him had a thing where when he got out of school, he would go up the street to the basketball court and he would play basketball, and that's where we met. And we had this thing where I was like, Shh, it's our secret, and he would go home like nothing happened. So, but when he got older, and my mom would say things to him like, your mom ain't nothing. She ain't never tried to come see you. And he one day he just snapped, and he was like, "That's what you get. I've been seeing my mom every day since I was 10." And he and I was like, "Oh my lord!" So then when she realized that, she was like, "I have to come over because she'd rather me come over than me keep sleeping around because she knows he's not going to stop seeing me. And if she did make him stop seeing me, now he's older, he's going to resent her." My youngest son was just he was terrible until at least 2 years ago.
There's a
Um,
question in the chat. What is forgiveness for you?
what is
And I'll
forgiveness for
answer
me?
that too.
Forgiveness for me is
Good
letting
question.
go. Letting go. I let it go. Like I might tell my story, but the feelings I have behind telling my story no longer impacts me. Like
Forgiveness for me is accepting somebody's wrongs and accepting. I like this question. Yes, it's accepting when somebody apologizes, I forgive you for it, but I don't forget. So it's
you
like
don't forget.
letting go. It's like letting go of something.
See,
Yeah.
people always say, Sheena, if you forgive, you're supposed to forgive and you're supposed to forget. No, because if I forgot that you did it the first time, you're gonna do it again
And again and
and
again. And
again.
then you're gonna
Because I done
think I'm a
forgot about it.
stepping
I
stool. You're
cannot
gonna think
forget that you did this already.
yeah, and then you're gonna step on me
Now,
and
I don't
keep
have to
stepping
react
on
to
me.
the fact that you did it again already. But I don't have to not, I'm not going to not remember that you already screwed me over once before. I'm going to keep that in my head that you screwed me over once before because I'm not going to let you do it again.
And let you go your way. I'm not even going to react to it because you know you
Exactly.
didn't screw me over, and that's what you when you having a heart and forgiveness. That was a great question. Anybody could ask questions when you having a heart and you forgive somebody. You're forgiving them for yourself too. It's like I forgive them. I'm not gonna hold no grudge against that person because holding grudge and anger towards people only build up a different character, and that's how people end up having mental health issues. People end
Resentment.
up going. People end up going to drugs because they have so much animosity build or alcohol. You know, they have so much animosity inside that they're hiding from that anger or they're hiding from their self of who
Sheena,
they are.
I
Go
was
ahead.
when I was in the program, this is how I got to the point where me not holding in what I got to say. Like, the one lady, the one counselor that I told you about, the one that always had me go back to jail. Um, I was tearing up my room because I was going through what I was going through of her doing what I felt she wronged me, and I really felt she wronged me. She didn't give me that chance to tell my God long goodbye or none of that. Like, so I was upset. So I'm tearing up everything in the room, and the lady that said we don't throw her away. She comes, she runs upstairs, she opens my door, and I'm tearing up stuff, right? And she looks at me with these eyes, and she has these freaking eyes. She looks at me, she goes, "You done?" She goes, "You mad?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going off. I'm fucking mad." She was like, "All right, well, tear this shit up. Do what you want to be mad. Tear it up. Tear it up. Tear it up." She goes, "And when you done, clean this shit up and get the fuck downstairs and go." So I get downstairs and go. Now I'm tearing up stuff. Now she done gave me permission to tear it up. So now I don't even want to tear it up no more. So I clean it up. I go downstairs and I'm looking at this lady across from me and I'm pissed. I want to knock her freaking snot box, but I
Mm-hmm.
can't. And my leg is shaking, and I'm just got my eyes, and I'm deep, and I'm like I'm glued in. And this friend, she's holding a group, and she just stops her group, and she goes, "You got something to say to her?" So I'm like, "Nah, I ain't got nothing to say." She goes, "Oh no, you got something to say." She was like, "You got something to say." She was like, "Shit, if that was me, I had something to say. I would have went the fuck off on her. She knows she dead wrong. She going in." So it's like, so if you got something to say to her, say it to her. Because here you gonna be going home, she gonna go home. And she ain't gonna think two shits about you. And you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be sitting here mad as hell, balled up, and holding grudges. She goes, "It's so easy to just let it go. Let it out and let it go. Cause she ain't gonna be thinking about you." And that's when I realized right then and there, I just said, like, yo, I gotta learn how to let stuff go. Because people, I'm mad at them and they living their normal life, not even giving a fuck that I'm mad.
Knowing they just hurt you, but they don't give a
But
fuck. But
it's right.
inside,
Now
you're
I'm
angry.
I'm sitting here depriving myself of happiness and life because I'm mad at them and they living their life.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Mm-hmm.
hurting for it? Who am I really hurting?
Hold on. Thank you, Jojo. You guys, can you get the likes up? It helps the channel, please. They said it's not matching the views. When you're doing positive stuff, they don't like that. When you're in here cussing and fussing, they'll run your little likes up. So, to the ones, if you don't mind hitting the like button, it helps the channel out. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry.
Tracy, we're just here to let Unapologetic tell her story. I think she's almost to the end of it, and just something different away
So I
from
yeah, so I ended
the
up getting clean. I didn't know what to do with myself. So the lady told me that if I went to school, that she would get me a job there. So now mind you, I end up I went to when I went to jail, I got my GED while I was incarcerated. So I did end up going back getting my diploma. So she said if I went to college that they'd pay for it and that I could come back and work for them. So that's what I did. I went to college. I went to Essex County College and I was on the dean's list every semester. And 3 months before I was supposed to, well, not 3 months, the last couple of weeks were finals, and I'll never forget. I had went and got a mammogram done, which was on a dare because all I wanted was a food card, and I went and got a mammogram done, and came back that I had breast cancer,
Mm.
and it was I had to get immediate surgery. So this is where I was getting back to when you say what you love about yourself the most. One thing anybody that knew me from any time in my life would know. One thing I loved about myself was my mother freaking breast. I had beautiful, quirky, nice little double D's, and I loved them. Groped them every day. My shirts was low cut. Everybody said anything you ask about me was got nice ass, got nice titties. That's what I had.
So they
Well,
removed your breast.
they removed my glasses. And talk about being optimistic. So at this point, I'm like, okay, you could take my breasts. Because now I'm going to get new breasts and they're going to be perky and I'm going to be fine. Go back, finish school. 10 years later, I'm going to have my own place, my own, like, I'm be working, doing what I got to do for, you know, just take them. Give me some new ones. Go perk up and make them nice too. Well, that's not what God's plan was. I end up getting the surgery. I end up getting the surgery. Um, double bilateral vasectomy, and with the hopes for reconstruction. However, the plastic surgeon botched me where I could not get the reconstruction. I ended up going septic. A month before I was supposed to walk across the stage, I was in the hospital, almost dying. I had blood clots. I had
Mm.
infection throughout my blood. I had a blood infection and I almost died. So now I'm really not caring about that. Only thing I can think about is walking across the stage and graduating. I want to go back to school. I just want to finish. That's my mindset. I just want to finish because I had so many people telling me that I wasn't going to finish. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to finish. And I wasn't going I was always told I wasn't going to do shit. And you know what I mean? So like at this point, I really had something to prove, not to like put to myself also. Because like I said, I told you before, I dropped out of school right before I was supposed to graduate. So this kind of took me back to like here I am about to graduate and not be able to walk across the stage would make me feel like a failure, like I was before. So I needed to walk across the stage. So I talked to the doctor. The doctor was like, no. Then finally, the day before I was supposed to graduate, he let me go. He told me I could go
Mhm.
home, but he told me to promise myself that I would come back to the house, come back, and that I would bring myself through the ER as soon as graduation is over. So I graduated. I walked across the stage. I shook James Evans' hand from Good Times. I shook his hand. I see my mom, and I see my favorite professor on the other end. I walked to her. I looked at my mom. I looked at Professor. I said, Professor, I did it. And I woke up back in the hospital. That's all I remember. As I woke up back in the hospital.
Praise
And
you,
then
God.
I went downhill from there. Like I was supposed to be getting better each time, but it was always something else. Like from 2018 till now, it's like it just don't want to go away. I've had it five. This is the fifth time I've had it. It just don't want to go away. Um,
Well, you're a survivor because my
I
mom passed away from breast cancer, and she got rid of it. But what she didn't do was take away her breast, and it came back after like 8 years, and they gave her a couple months. But
yeah,
it's
they
going
told
to
me
happen.
they had. It was funny because in 2022, I was sitting on the phone. I'm at the doctor, and Platinum is she will. Well, I would always have the doctor call Platinum because I didn't understand a lot of things. So when I'm at the doctor's, I would always have the doctor call Platinum while I'm on the phone, so she could like she be able to hear it too because I couldn't remember things. Like it was just like a lot. So Platinum's on the phone. I'm there, and the lady literally told me. Now, mind you, my birthday is in December, so this is October of 2022, and this lady looks at me and tells me that I'm not gonna make it to 2023. I was just sitting there like, what the frick? I didn't even know how to handle that. I didn't know what to do. So at that moment, my my inner self wanted to be like, oh, I'm dying, but like my heart was like, bitch, you ain't no chicken, you ain't no pack of chicken, you ain't gonna let nobody put no expiration date on you. You better get the heck up and go. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to get up and go.
Hmm.
And
Praise.
I've been going ever since. I cannot stop because I feel like if I stop, I'm good as dead.
Wow. There's some comments to you. Let's see what Papa. Oh my God, wow. Papa said, and I would like to say that you have a group of classy roses. Great, thankful that you are here today. Amen. Very
Thank
grateful.
you.
She has become a dear friend to me. You never know what someone is going through or been through. Be kind to people. Seriously, TT. That's my strategy. You
And
don't
that's
know
my
what.
motto, TT. That's my motto. That's what I live by. Be kind to people. Like if I see a person that ain't got it, or I don't even might not have it, but if I got a little bit, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna do whatever I can just to be kind in this world. It costs nothing to be kind. It don't
And
cost shit.
TT said, I agree. That's why I stopped judging people. I help people now. Amen. Hey, y'all talking now. I got good vibes off of this one. You're here still standing, sis. They not the they not the man above, right? You still alive. What an inspiring story. Thank you for sharing. I'm home now. Thank you for sharing your story.
Y'all are welcome. Thank you for allowing me to share my story. Like it's a
I
lot like I deal with or I dealt with. Like, like right now, I stay in a hotel. Like and I like there's days like I'll be like, I'm so like I called you that one time, Shannon, and told you, like, yo, I'm so tired. I got to a
know.
point where it's like I was so tired. And I had told I was at one point where I was like, I don't want to kill myself, but I want to die. I don't want to be here in this fucked up world. I was just that tired.
And what did I tell you?
That's not my choice.
And I told you keep on going. You're
Keep
doing
going.
fine.
It ain't my
And
choice.
see, people don't understand. They got hugs for you. People don't understand. I have a relationship with my people. Um, when I say I have fragile people, I have people that don't want to sit and hear arguments or fighting back and forth all the time. It's stressful. People was not watching anymore. Because they don't know where it's coming from. I'm not here to judge people. I'm not here to take away from your story, and I'm not here to add to anybody's story. I'm just trying to be me and do what I want to do on my channel and support others. So by me letting her tell her story, that gives me the opportunity to let her get this out. You see what I'm saying? And because it's been bottled up, I've had several phone calls with it behind the scenes, and I'm very grateful that she decided to come and tell her story. I really am. There's a question. Or somebody said, once I got my degree, the type of jobs I got and money I made, huge difference.
So and now I feel like I got my degree, and I this is why I get sometimes I get like really like upset. But like I really believe like it's something way beyond that. I probably don't know yet. Like I don't believe I got a whole degree not to be able to crack this. I really don't believe that. I really don't. I believe it was a reason why I got a degree. And one of the reasons is I don't have to be in the office. I was doing the things that the people in the office are doing way before that they were doing that in the office. I don't need a check to do what I would do. I don't need a check to help people. You know what I mean? Like it helped that I had the knowledge, but I already have the experience.
Yes.
So like now I could actually help people when they go to social services and social services says, "Oh no, we can't do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, this you go back in there and you tell them that this is what they're supposed to do. Tell them word for word this. Then they're gonna know you know what the fuck you talking about and watch you gonna come out with your help." And every last one of them come out with help.
Hmm.
So like I was at one point, like I said, I was so angry because I didn't know how to use my degree or how to, but like I feel like I don't need to sit behind an office desk or get a paycheck to help somebody. I can help behind the scenes. I can advocate for those who can't advocate for themselves. And that's
Amen.
what basically it's all about. That's why I get so I don't know. I get bothered, angry, not angry. I get bothered. I'm not gonna say angry. I get bothered when
Well,
when
have you
when
ever decided if you wanted to be like a public figure or a public speaker about breast? That would be a good thing to speak about overcoming what you overcame.
I've thought of that. Like right now, I put in motion. Uh, I've written a lot of letters to a lot of high people in high places, letting them know about the people with cancer and the homelessness and how it's affecting people with their rules and their ordinances and all of this stuff that's to protect the businesses, but who are protecting the people with the disabilities who need these things and aren't getting them. So I've written a lot of letters, and I like that's where I'm at right now with advocating for those with cancer and those disabilities that are actually homeless. Because like in the state of New Jersey right now, it's against the law to be homeless.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
So
they
what
locking
they
you up.
have to house you
They
guys?
locking you up. They locking you up. You if you're living in your tent on the side, like yeah, you getting locked up. You're going to jail.
Wow.
You're going to jail.
I didn't know that. That's not the law in
So to
Colorado
me,
there.
that was the last straw. That was the last of the straws for me.
Well, if there's like anybody that listens to this live, because I want to get off, I don't want to make it a long one. If you had any advice that to somebody that's going through something like you, what would you tell them? and this would be your closing remark too.
Listen, I would tell you like this. You cannot have the testimony without the test. Whatever you're going through, whatever you've been through, let go.
Hold on, do you have a Cash App? And Dirty said, what part of Jersey?
Oh, I'm in Burlington County. I seen Dirty in Newark. I seen her live when she was in Newark. I used to live in Newark, but I'm in Burlington County, Dirty.
Do you have a Cash App?
I do.
Okay, you are a mod, and you could put it in the chat yourself, or
I don't know how
Platinum.
to do that. Platinum. But
What's your
God,
Cash App? And I'll let one of the mods say it, and let the mods do it.
unapologetically real. Trust $ trust nobody 76.
Platinum, put her Cash App in there for us.
But my thing to say to anybody would be, do not let your yesterday be your today. You're gonna go through things. Life happens. Shit happens. However, you just gotta keep going. Don't let nobody else. Don't let nobody interrupt your peace. Don't let nobody tell you you're something that you know you're not. Just let people be where they are and love them for who they are. It just like and be kind. Just be kind to each other. It costs nothing. Put yourself in the next person's shoes. However whatever you're going at them with, like, how would that make you feel? You know? And we go on that. Just keep moving forward. Ladies, get your breast checked.
Yes, I got to too, because since it
Ladies,
ran
I'm
in my
telling you,
family,
men,
it
get
is
the prostate checked.
hereditary. Men get checked. It's
Like
hereditary.
seriously. And men, y'all can get breast cancer too. Get checked. Seriously, y'all. And
Platinum. Oh, there go her Cash App
like
is
and
right
live in
there.
love, y'all. Live in love. And support Sheena.
Oh, and my Cash App. Yes. Pardon me. Hit the like button. I
Yo,
don't ask for much. I
Sheena,
got
I
my.
appreciate you. I really do.
You are more than
I
welcome.
really do.
You
Like
are
it
more.
lets people know exactly because like sometimes I say things and they probably be like, "What the fuck she mean by that?" Like I just want people to actually get to know me and why some of the things I say, and I'm like literally this way. Like it sucks, but it's just me.
Yeah, if you see her picture on her Cash App, it's real. My picture is real. Jojo. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
and my
very
so
scary,
mine is
dirty.
unapologetically real. So
It's very scary, but do it. You gotta get it. I
you
was
got
in
to.
stage 4 when I found all dirty. And I had no symptoms until it was too late. I'm sorry to hear that, dirty.
You see, and that's where
You,
I'm at now. But I refuse to let them tell me I'm going anywhere.
I need to go get mine because there's a lot of
Yes,
younger women telling me this, and my mom passed from it. At
ladies, you do
56.
not have to be 40 like they say you have to be. The rules have changed. You could be 25. You could still go get checked. You could get checked. If they say you don't have it, you could still get another test to see if you ever have, of anybody else in your family has had it. That way you could get it done more often. That way you could check more often. Because if you are young and they say you don't have it, you can't get checked for another like years later. But if you get another test done, it's called the
I
GO
know.
test.
I'm gonna go get it because she passed that. I'm looking at the chat. Sorry, she passed that 56. So
Yeah,
you
so
know,
if it's hereditary, ladies, or you had anybody in your family, men,
thank you,
25
God.
is the age now. 25.
Wow,
It is not no longer
this was
40.
a very. Even the younger women, if you're listening, go get checked. I mean, I, I love this story because my mother passed from cancer, and she was a survivor, and we have another survivor on the panel. Dirty's a survivor in the chat. She's been surviving 5 years now. It's very
30?
important to know. Yes, Dirty.
30
You
says she
heard
have
she
stage
said
4,
she.
right?
Yes, and she's been in readmission for 5 years now.
30,
Thank
you
you,
just gave
God.
me
Look at God.
so much hope right there. You have no clue what you just did. Thank you.
I got a smile on my face.
You just
If
gave
y'all
me
don't
the
mind, put
utmost hope.
Everybody, if y'all don't mind putting up prayer hands for Dirty, I caught this live a little late, but I tell you what, get checked, period. No matter what age. I'm 47 and they found cancer in my lower lymph nodes 14 years ago. Oh my God. Y'all really got me going wanting to go get checked. I had set up a mammogram, but I had got scared and didn't follow through.
So Sheena, go
But
get that.
I will.
You got to.
She said,
You
"It's
got
hope. You got this. You got this." Thank y'all for your prayer hands. Put them up for
thank you
Dirty.
guys all.
Put them up for Platinum. Put them up for me. Put them up
Hey,
for
Cindy, I
you.
love you.
Thank you, Angel. I appreciate all y'all.
I
Y'all,
just appreciate you, Sheena. I
you are
really
more than
appreciate you.
welcome. You made my day by sharing your story. It's distracted me from a lot of things. And I appreciate it. I appreciate the ones that tell me I'm too scared to tell my story. I want to come on there. This is like for when you see stories like this gives you an opportunity to say, okay, I think I'm ready to tell my story. Everybody got a story. Thank you, Black Rose. Everybody got a story to tell. Everybody didn't been through something. That's why I
Right,
said don't keep your nose up in the air at people. Life is real. Be kind to others
right.
and love
That's why
yourself.
a lot of things, as I said, I can't be perfect because there's a lot of things that other people like have been through, and you ask my opinion, and I tell you, I'm like, Sheena, I can't touch that because you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everybody got a story. Everybody.
So I'm gonna ask the ones that's survivors. Cause Dirty said hers started at 34. She had no symptoms.
That
Did y'all feel any pain or any symptoms? I was gonna
no,
ask that.
mine was at 34 also. No, I didn't feel anything. Like
Whoa.
I said, Sheena, I was healthy as heck. I was healthy. I went and got checked on a dare. They did. They were giving out $100 shot right cards, and they wouldn't give me my card till I told them I was gonna go get a mammogram, and I had no groceries, so I ordered some groceries. So I went and got I went and got the mammogram so I could get the $100 shot right card. Promise you. 30 days later, they called me back, told me to come back into the office because the doctor seen something. Now, mind you, I ain't got no symptoms. I've never had a mammogram before, a day of my life. So when everybody's telling, I'm like, I'm not going back. Fuck that. But they tell me, like, listen, you got big jugs. Just go ahead because it might be fatty tissue. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll go back in there, big bag, go. I'll put my boob in the thing. They go, I said, oh, it just might be fatty tissue. And the lady, I never forget, her name was Erica. She looked at me, she goes, who told you that? I said, I asked around, and that's what they said. It might be fatty tissues because I got big ones. She said, honey, we way past that. She said, the doctor sees a mass. We're just trying to figure out if it's cancerous or benign. She goes, look, and when I turned around, Sheeta, my stomach hit the floor. It looked like Wagyu swallowed a golf ball. It was huge.
Oh my God.
And it was just this big white thing just sitting there. And I just looked and I
I'm
cried.
gonna make me an appointment.
I cried because I knew. I don't know what made me know, but when I seen it, I knew. Wasn't nothing benign that big.
Somebody said it's in the foods and it's in the waters. The
It
younger
definitely is.
generation is catching it now at 25, 35. Like back in the days, it was older people that called it. Now the younger ones is probably in these vape pens. I know the
It,
cigarettes.
it's
I know
definitely in
all
the
that.
water. It's definitely in the
Hair
water.
chemicals. It's probably in the air, because they got to do control the population. You see what I'm saying? The government, I could go deep into it. I believe they put this shit out here for us.
I would
You
tell you what
said
I would tell you what my
canned
doctor, one of my
food,
doctors said to me, Sheena. I
potato
would,
chips,
mhm.
definitely in the food and water.
One of my doctors said to me, um, I think we were going through the thing. They're telling me I got to do the chemo and all of that, and I'm not feeling it. I think it's like my second session of chemo. I'm not feeling good. I hating it. And she's like, I wish there was something I could do for you because I don't know what to do right now because like I'm in agonizing pain. And I say, oh, I know what you could do. I say, cure cancer. And she looks at me and she goes, I wish I could do that. And the words that came out of her mouth next just bothered me. She says, but if I do that, a lot of people will be out of the job. So right then and there, you're letting me know that this is going to keep going on. And then I start reading stuff like they'll heal you with one cancer, but what they heal you with one cancer, it causes another cancer.
I was just gonna say that because my mama, once they removed it from her breast, it moved her lip notes under her arm. So it
It, it,
just continues to keep moving. Like
Mhm.
it's deadly.
I had breast cancer. Now I have a knot on the small of my back, like in my, like right where I sit, like it's a big knot. Like I can't sit for too long. I can't stand for too. It's really uncomfortable. I have to sit with like a whole. I have to have a whole lot of pillows and I have to shift myself around a lot. But this started from the breast. I had a knot in my breast. I had got the second time I got surgery. I had got it taken out. 2 weeks later, I go back to the doctor. They got to do another surgery. Why? Because it can moved on the other side already. 2 weeks in.
I
They
would
just moved.
love for you to come on a panel, Dirty. Whenever you're ready, let me know. You got the right we got the right support system over here. But the thing is, once they open you up for surgery, it can spread like wildfire. That's what my
That's,
mama's did.
that's what they
I-
said too.
I'd rather for them to just take them all away, take it away.
But see, that's the thing though. Once they take it away, like, and that's the I said that too. I wanted to just take both grafts because I don't want 10 years down the line they come back, and it was 3 years down the line. Then it was a year later. Then it was two
And it
weeks.
came back
And
somewhere else.
it just keeps coming back somewhere. Now it's stage four. But see, and I was just thinking, like, I'm stage four. I'm thinking I'm good as going. I just, don't know when. I'm just going to keep going on day by day. But Dirty just has no clue what she just did when she said she had stage four and she's in remission right now. You have no clue what that just did to me.
Gave
And
you
I
a
still,
little
and I thank
spark
you again,
to
Dirty.
keep going. Yeah, we're warrior survivors. Yes. Dirty, she said thank you so much because it just helped her. It helped me go say I need to go fucking get checked, man. All y'all people saying at 25, 35, that's young, man. And I
During
smoke.
chemo, there was a girl next to me that was 19 years old
Wow. Wow.
with breast cancer.
Talk to your loved ones about it. Talk to your friends about it. You know, this is stuff we should be talking about. It's other things going on in the world. And especially, please don't give up. She said, please don't give up. I couldn't walk.
Absolutely not.
I never thought I would be here. God got the last day say, hey man, thank you, Dirty. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. When Lexus, when you're ready to tell your story, let me know. I'm glad you're here, Dirty. I'm glad Unapologetic is here. I'm glad God has brought y'all in my path. You know, some good spirited people. We could get down and dirty, but we got some good hearts. We just don't want to be fucked with, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. I have 4 friends suffering from stage 4. Donna, it's happening a lot. It's the food, the water. You said it's been 10 years later and I'm okay. Once you start detoxing, and platinum's right, start detoxing, start drinking apple cider vinegar, taking apple cider vinegar pills, just start watching your diet. I know I ain't perfect on my diet, but I will detox here and now and then. Um, I boil my meat before I cook it. You see what I'm saying? Like with chicken, I'll boil my chicken before I cook it. And all that white stuff that come off, I
Right.
wrench all that stuff off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it's
I was 113 pounds. Uh, about a month ago. Platinum got me on this diet where I don't eat nothing, but I eat veggies, and tuna fish.
nice.
I am, and I drink my Ensures. I drink Ensures.
So
The
is it
iron
tuna
gain.
out of the can?
I'm up to 136 pounds now. I'm
Wow.
so cute. I'm so soup. I got my little booty coming back and everything. I'm so soup. But it is what we eat. We have to watch what we eat. Like I literally, every now and then she might cook some chicken or whatever. Bacon, I might nibble. But like I mostly eat tuna fish and vegetables. And
So
and I've gained so much weight and I feel so much more energetic and healthy.
so hold on, we got a couple of youngsters in here. What are some we're gonna let the chat answer and men unapologetic. What are some things y'all would do to cleanse and detox the body? Um I'll tell you what I'll do. And then I'll highlight what other people do. What I do is I won't eat for that day or so and just drink lemon and cucumber water for like that day, and I just let my system flush itself out. Sometimes I drink herbal tea. It has a lot to do with fasting too. It has a lot to do with not eating a lot of greasy foods, more baked food, more fruits and vegetables. That's a good detox. Fusion water with real fruit. That's a good detox for me. Um, I do black seed oil pills that is supposed to clean out your insides. So, what about you, unapologetic?
I take this shot of toxics. It's called sour sop toxic. It stink and it's so nasty. However, it detoxes your body. I take vitamins now. Um, I eat I eat 3 times a day. However, I might eat like oatmeal and drink an Ensure in the morning. I might eat like some nibble on something in the afternoon. I might Ensure, and at night I have me a nice dinner with my tuna, with my lettuce or whatever, and my Ensure. I make sure I have to use. I used to couldn't use the bathroom all the time, like, but now I make sure that I take my medicine. That way, I'm able to use the bathroom more often because you're supposed to go 3 times a day. People don't even realize that every meal you're supposed to go to the bathroom and be able to take everything, like flush everything out of your system. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to go. I make sure that I go to the bathroom more often now. I drink a lot of water. I stay hydrated. And me and Platinum actually we look up these smoothies. There's a lot of smoothies on. They got smoothies for everything.
Yeah, they do.
Literally
Hold on, there
every
was a question. Sour swoop juice. What is that? And I don't
sour
know.
stuff toxic. Toxic.
That's
It
what that
it
is.
it's like okay. So I don't know if anybody ever heard of CMOS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sour salt toxics is basically almost every herb you could think of, and it's all put in one jar, and it stinks so bad, and it tastes so nasty. But when I tell you it
Where would
cleans
you
out
find that at? Like Whole
in
Foods?
any kind of health wellness store, any
Okay.
health wellness store,
Mm.
it's a Dr. Sadie. My brother used to get it for me. It costs like $50, and it's like it's a big bottle. You take one shot a day, a shot a day. And I'm telling you, when I tell you, it works. It works for a lot of things, from diabetes, high blood pressure, sexual arousement, your face, your skin, your heart, your heart, your everything, your reproductive system, your kidneys, your hair. When I say it works for everything, it works for everything, and it's
Wow.
just one shot.
So it's a shot, like you just take it with a spoon
You
or
take
in your
you take
teeth.
You take a little shot. Yeah, it's a shot. You and you just drink it. And I used to drink it. I would have something and drink it or eat it with something because the taste is that horrific.
Okay.
It's the worst taste in the world. It lingers. It tastes so bad. It lingers for a good 10 minutes in your throat. It's gross, but it's worth it. It really is worth it. You're instantly gonna like it. Literally cleans out your system. Your face is clear. Your face lightens up. Like you feel a heck of a lot better. You're more energetic. It really does work, and I can tell you that it works.
You use sea salt. I was hearing about deodorant and using sea salt under. I heard about that before. Um, Salt rock under your arms. I heard about that before. I'm gonna try that. I am too, cause I'm getting up there. And yes, it's scary, but shit. I think it's better to know than not to know, right? I boil natural leaves. I want nothing from the store. Let it grow. I send my brother money to Brazil and Belize, Belize, and his bag. He bag it up. I boil it, and the man next to me goes to Africa, and he brings me back some leaves. Wow, nice. My mom was with a Jamaican who used to do all that. I believe most sicknesses are not truly hereditary. Our blood, our bad eating habits are hereditary, and curses, sickness, couples, and prosperity. Boom, receipt for everything wrong. And man of that, I live in the Caribbean, so most of my fruits and sea moss is free. Must be nice because they charge an arm and a leg over here in the United States. I use sea rock, I mean salt rock. Y'all got me going to get some natural. I never heard of soft rock. Me neither. But we gonna look into it, ain't we, Dirty? I have a friend who fought and beat breast cancer. I know a lot of people that fought it and never had it again. Natural deodorant. Wow. I lost her. My sister in law got me using the leaves. See, I gotta get me some leaves and stuff. Y'all know I ain't gonna find none here that I have to be Denver or Atlanta when I get down there and eat a lot of food. I am in love to pray for people. I pray for people all the time. Keep us in your prayers, Frankie. You're my prayer warrior in here. And I love that about you. We need prayer warriors. Use lemon under your arms. Thank me later. I do use lemon. But I wash with the lemon under my arms. Is you saying we supposed to use the lemon as a deodorant? Use the lemon as a deodorant or use it as a wash, Donna? Because I use it as a wash with my soap, lemon. I didn't know you could use it as a deodorant. You have to first detox under your arms. I use baking soda and apple cider vinegar, and lemon helps with my underarm detox. Okay. We got some tips in here, y'all, and this could help for men too. I became a godly person. I love to pray for people, especially ones that are hurting and homeless and etc. Me too. I boil my leaves. Yep, I don't smell at all. I mean, I don't smell neither, but I still use deodorant and shit. I'm gonna start using lemon on. I wash with on your phone died. My phone died just cut off for nothing. That's okay. I'm finna end it anyway. Thank you for sharing your story. Y'all put we're gonna get out of here. Remember some of these tips. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be fasting for a couple of days before I go to Atlanta, so I won't be on YouTube for a couple of days. I normally don't tell people when I'm fasting, but I thought I would let y'all know when y'all don't see me on here for a couple of days. I like to cleanse my energy before I go to a state. That's even before I go to Denver. So y'all keep me in y'all prayer while I'm in fasting for these 2 days. Think about this live. Think about your health. Think men get checked, women get checked. It's important. It's truly important. If you guys don't mind, remember self love and self care. It helps. I screenshotted some of this stuff. It will be all this stuff will be back in the all this stuff will be in the the chat. You could always come back in the chat and look at some of the stuff. I'm glad you asked the question. Um, Good. Thank you, honey, for your advice. I see all y'all comments, and I always go back if y'all don't know and watch the live stream just in case I miss some comments or I miss something y'all said. So I'm gonna screenshot some of the things y'all said too. Herbal seeds is wonderful. Yes. Y'all keep coming up with these good ideas. I gotta let y'all finish and then I get out of here. Let me see what y'all coming up with. Let me finish. I might as well not cut y'all off. So you said initially my arm broke out. Okay, you talking about why your arm broke out because of the deodorant. Just eat spinach. Word from the I heard spinach is great. Ginger. I heard ginger is good. Some people eat raw ginger. I put ginger in my smoothies. Shauna, I'll do my story when you get back from Atlanta. Be ready. Um, thank you. We love you, Auntie. I love you, Dirty. You know I do. Ginger and I can't pronounce that, but I know what you're talking about. So I got to detox for about 2 days before I go into another city. I do that every time. And when I come back, I detox again from the city. Yes, I do. Thank y'all for coming. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. I heard Atlanta Street interview. Shout out my channel. We talk about mental health, generational patterns. We just moving on with positivity. Long as you don't come for me, I ain't coming for you. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate it. Again, I do have a super cash app up, and everything y'all donate to me is going towards my trip, and I appreciate it. I will be sharing the trip with y'all. I will be back before the trip. I'm just going to detox for about 2 days before I come back. And when I come back, it ain't going to be no negativity because I don't want to take negativity on the highway with me because I'm driving down there with just me and my dog. So I don't like to take no, you know, I don't like to take negativity with me. So you guys, let's put some roses up for you. Let's put some roses up for me. Let's put some roses up for the person above you. Let's put some roses up for unapologetic. Y'all got to remember, practice self-love, self-care, self-care. It helps even to my youngsters. Practice self-care. I love every single one of y'all, and I will see y'all when I come back. Not when I come back, when I'm done doing cleaning my body out. So I'm gonna highlight y'all roses as I get out of here. Thank you guys. I love this live. I loved it. It was awesome. Thank you, Unapologetic, for sharing your story. Thank you, Honey, for sharing